Hello, everyone. Today on Good Morning Maine, survivors of the Lewiston mass shooting file a lawsuit demanding accountability. Plus, a U.S. soldier is finally laid to rest in his hometown in Maine after being missing for decades. And important advice to keep college students safe as they head back to campus. Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining Good Morning Maine. I'm Craig Colson. We'll have those stories and a lot more coming up over the next hour. But first, to check in the forecast, and it looks like the good news continues in that department. Another sunny day on tap for us today. Let's start things off by turning things over to meteorologist Devin Biggs for a first look at that forecast.
Hey Craig, thank you very much. On this Thursday, we are watching some areas of dense fog that has developed this morning. Not enough to prompt any advisories, but visibility may be reduced for a while today. So keep that in mind as you do make that morning commute. This will go away thanks to some sunshine that will be coming out later on. But as we do move forward, it's a nice quiet morning thanks to high pressure. Today's our last day with high pressure as a cold front will soon be approaching from the west. Let's zoom things out. This is that cold front that is located off toward the west, and now we'll be moving in our direction later on, and this will bring some precipitation and colder temperatures in our direction later on. So futurecast moving forward, the fog will be going away. A nice day on the way. Later on tonight, we'll have some clouds and some more dense fog moving in, and there's the precipitation off toward our west that will be moving in as we head towards your Friday. Some gusty winds also expected today that could reach up to 20 miles per hour at times. It will back off later on tonight, and then for tomorrow, more gusty winds will be expected. So for today, all right, upper 70s, mostly sunny and breezy, and that south wind gusting up to about 15 miles per hour or so at times. Your hourly forecast for this morning and for the afternoon showing a lot of sunshine with temperatures in the 70s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Craig?
Looks fantastic. Thank you, Devin. We'll see you a little later on. On October 25th of 2023, Robert Card, a U.S. Army reservist, opened fire at the Just-in-Time Recreation Center and at Smenji's Bar and Grill down in Lewiston. Nearly 2 years after the tragedy of the Lewiston mass shooting, over 100 survivors and victim family members have filed a lawsuit against the federal government, mainly the U.S. Army, for its failure to take action and stop Maine's deadliest shooting. The lawsuit argues the Army was aware Card was suffering from mental health issues and was warned he would commit a mass shooting. According to the lawsuit, the Army repeatedly violated its own policies and procedures, failing to protect the people of Maine.
The evidence that we've gathered in the wake of this tragedy is disturbing. The facts show that despite every possible warning sign raised by Card's behavior, the Army failed at every turn to act. The Army failed to act when it learned that Card had become delusional and was hearing voices. It failed to act when it learned that Card had a hit list. It failed to act when it learned that Card had threatened to commit a mass shooting.
The attorneys representing the victims of the shooting say their initial goal is for the Army to take accountability for the event. They say that would include acknowledgement of the mistakes made by the Army, followed by steps to provide proper training on existing policies or the implementation of new policies that would prevent any tragedies like this from ever happening again. The attorneys did not provide any amount of monetary damages they're seeking, saying it's far too early in the process to determine a number for the clients.
Money. This has nothing to do with money for us. I don't care how much money there is. I'll never get my hand back. I'll never get my arm back. These people will never get their loved ones back. Money is not going to cure anything.
The federal government has 60 days to respond to that lawsuit. Well, meanwhile, a third person has died following a boat crash on Flagstaff Lake. A spokesperson for the Maine Department of Inland Fisheries and Wildlife says 22-year-old Noor Nasser of New York passed away at Northern Light Eastern Maine Medical Center on Tuesday night. 2 other women were killed in the same incident on Sunday when their pontoon boat flipped over, throwing 7 passengers into the water about 180 feet from shore. Witnesses on shore rushed to help them. 2 died at the scene despite efforts to save them. The spokesperson says no one was wearing a life jacket. The accident remains under investigation this morning. The Skowhegan Police Department is asking for the public's help to find a missing woman. Skowhegan Police Chief David Buckman says they're trying to locate 21-year-old Bailey Nichols. Buckman says Nichols is not in any trouble. They just want to ensure that she's safe. If you have any information, you're asked to contact the Skowhegan Police Department at 474-6908. Northern Light Health announced changes that will impact patient care here in the Bangor area and really throughout the Northern Light Health system. The healthcare system has announced a 3% reduction in its workforce. And yesterday, they closed their walk-in care clinic on Union Street in Bangor. The system says this is the result of work that began earlier this summer to, quote, better align the industry standards in support of patient care and financial stability. Members of the legislature are urging Northern Light Health and Anthem to continue their negotiations. The deadline is approaching for their contract to end, which would mean Northern Light would no longer be in network for Anthem if they can't agree on a new contract. In a letter sent to both parties, lawmakers say they're happy to hear they have agreed to mediation. In that letter, lawmakers said, quote, with roughly 30,000 people in Maine covered by Anthem health insurance plans who would lose their in-network coverage at Northern Light facilities, failure to come to an agreement would have a significant and immediate negative impact across the state. In many instances, Northern Light is the only healthcare provider for Maine communities. Lack of an agreement will limit options and put healthcare access at risk. Maine people could be forced to skip trips to the doctor or drive hours across the state for life-saving treatment. In other news, a $1.2 million award will help improve the health of Mainers by expanding care options. 17 federally qualified health centers and 5 community hospitals, including St. Joseph Healthcare, are getting the money to expand access to virtual specialty consultations. A statement says timely access to a specialist is proven to boost disease prevention, enable earlier detection and treatment. It will also enhance quality of life and reduce preventable health care costs. Yet, rural residents often face delays in care due to specialist shortages and long travel distances. The statement says those are factors that can result in undiagnosed illness and poorer long-term health outcomes. Well, the remains of a Maine soldier who fought in the Korean War were laid to rest in his hometown on Wednesday. Our Doug Banks has the story from Millbridge.
A moment, decades in the making.
Oh, we've waited for a long, long time to find him and bring him back home.
Corporal Oscar Linwood Sprague was laid to rest in his hometown of Millbridge on Wednesday. 75 years to the day, the 22-year-old went missing in action during the Korean War. Sprague, determined to serve his country, enlisted in the Army during World War II at the age of 15. He was honorably discharged after his age was discovered, but re-enlisted 6 years later in 1948. In August of 1950, Sprague was part of a small group of men who were cut off, surrounded, and under heavy attack by the Korean People's Army. The Army says he and his crew survived 4 days. Sprague was ultimately declared missing on September 3, 1950. The Defense POW-MIA accounting agency says he was buried in a shallow grave at the National Memorial Cemetery of the Pacific, also known as the Punch Bowl in Honolulu. After a DNA process and remain identification, Sprague was officially accounted for in April of 2025.
It's giving the family closure. It's all about the family and bringing in Corporal Sprague home.
Knowing that he's back home in Maine. I love it.
According to Bernice Thompson,
His oldest sister.
the days of her family longing for Oscar's return have come to an end, as he met his final resting place in Evergreen Cemetery in Millbridge, next to his parents.
If only Mom and Dad could be here to see it, they would love it.
In Millbridge, Doug Banks, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Well, Protect Our Care Maine and others are speaking out, saying Mainers are going to suffer from the fallout of President Trump's big, beautiful bill. They say President Trump, Senator Susan Collins, and the Republican allies are putting rural Maine hospitals and nursing homes at risk of closure. The group says $1 trillion is being slashed from Medicaid and Medicare to fund tax cuts for corporations and the ultra-wealthy. They say the result will be 62,000 Mainers possibly losing their access to health care.
That is a large percentage of the state. Those are working people. Those are not people who are living lives in which this kind of detrimental impact is going to leave them with other options. As this happens, we are looking at an already fractured healthcare system.
Well, Plattner says more hospitals could close, meaning people would have to travel longer distances to get care. He says this doesn't need to happen. He says it is a choice being made by the current administration. Well, meanwhile, there's another contender for Maine Senator Susan Collins' seat in the U.S. Senate. Democrat Dan Kleben is a small business owner who says he started the Maine Beer Company with his brother after being laid off from his job. He says he wanted the business to be a force for good by providing his employees a livable wage and paying 100% of their health insurance, as well as donating 1% of all annual sales to environmental nonprofits. Kleben says he decided to run because too many people in Maine are struggling and the cost of living is too high.
So I believe in this state. I believe in the promise of this state. But too many people have given up on the American dream, and I don't blame them because they don't have a puncher's chance. If you can't afford housing, healthcare, and education, how can you possibly, pursue your dreams? You just can't. And politicians like Susan Collins, who's been there for 28 years, 29 years, have forgotten what it's like to stand up for Mainers and don't know what it's like to struggle here in Maine.
He's one of the latest candidates to take on Susan Collins in the next election. Going to be a very busy election cycle. All right, the time now is 6:12. Coming up next on Good Morning Maine, college students have returned to campuses across the state to pursue a higher education. We'll hear advice that will help keep them safe on campus as they work toward their goals. But first, another check of that forecast. Today looks like another great day, mostly sunny skies with highs near 78 degrees. It will be partly cloudy tonight with lows dropping down to the upper 50s. Tomorrow, change in the weather. We can expect some rain showers, maybe some thunderstorms with highs near 74. We'll be right back.
GMA This Morning, Randy Moss, NFL legend. He's tackled the hardest challenge of his life, beating cancer.
Rob, and I'm blessed, and I'm very thankful.
With his wife Lydia giving him strength.
I knew that we could get through it.
This morning on GMA.
My dad got shoved by an employee at the nursing home and broke his hip. When I asked management about it, they tried to cover it up and said it was an accident.
If a serious injury has happened at a nursing home that's brought up cause for concern, call the twos right now.
Our attorney at Lowry Law investigated and found out the truth. The nursing home had to take responsibility for what happened to my dad.
If you suspect nursing home abuse or neglect, we're your go-to lawyers.
You have a great lawsuit.
I know that, Your Honor.
You hit a guy and you fled, which makes you a terrible person. Verdict for the plaintiff, $400. $920, $1,410. Pay him $5,000.
All this week at 4 on ABC7.
Half-off deals are waiting for you at foxbangor.com.
This show's fun.
It's fun. It's so exciting. It's
fun for the whole family. F-U-N. It's Wheels Year of Fun.
All we need is you.
Weekdays at 7 on ABC7.
As universities are back in session, making sure students are safe on campus is crucial. Our Janessa Bishop brings us to the University of Maine to see what they're doing to ensure safety.
Right in the palm of their hand, they have those resources.
This school year, UMaine revamped their Black Bear Safe phone app for students. Jamie Dover of the UMaine Police Department says students can use this app for a number of situations. There's a panic button that immediately notifies campus police, a virtual walk home where students can talk to the department while walking alone or at night, and social escape where students can save a specific phone number to call them when they need to get out of a potentially dangerous situation.
You can have it time delayed and it calls you and you say, I have to take this phone call and get out of that situation.
The department also urges students to use common sense safety, as they call it.
We talk a lot about things to do to not make yourself a victim. Don't leave bags in your car. Don't leave your stuff unlocked. Let people know where you're going. Don't walk alone. You see something, say something.
Sergeant Dover expresses that the police department is approachable and open 24/7. They can help direct students to other resources as well, like counseling services. UMaine also has 29 emergency buttons placed all over campus if students or staff need those as well. UMaine and many other universities have these panic alarm systems all over their campuses. All you have to do is press that red button, and UMaine PD knows exactly where you are. For more safety information, visit umaine.edu or call UMaine Police. In Orono, Janessa Bishop, ABC7 and Fox 22 News.
Maine State Police cruisers have a new look. Through September 14th, they are displaying a commemorative license plate aimed at raising awareness and funds for cancer care and research. The plates are designed to draw attention to the work being done by the Dana-Farber Cancer Institute and the Jimmy Fund. On September 15th, the plates will be auctioned off to the public, and all the proceeds will go to the Jimmy Fund. You can find them at mainestatetroopersfoundation.org. Pretty neat idea. All right, the time now is 6:16, just about 6:17. Coming up after the break, a popular retailer finds themselves the subject of controversy after AI-generated photos advertising a shirt uses the likeness of a murder suspect. We'll have the details coming up. Plus, a deadly streetcar derailment kills at least 15 people in Portugal. All the latest as Good Morning Maine continues.
Grab a cup, fill it up, top it off, weigh it up. Here at Sweet Frog, you are in total control. Sweet Frog, where our secret ingredient is fun.
Have you heard?
Did you hear? This is incredible!
New lower prices at Shaw's. They have lowered hundreds of prices on items you buy the most. See all the new lower price tags aisle after aisle and save on all your grocery essentials. And did you hear this? For more value and more savings, shop new lower prices at Shaw's. In-store, online, and on the Shaw's Deals and Delivery app. Go shopping, get rewarded.
Carpets looking tired, stained, or just plain dirty? It's time to call the pros. At C&R Carpet Cleaning, we use deep steam technology to remove dirt, odors, pet hair, and allergens fast. Fresh, clean carpets, healthier home. That's the C&R promise. Visit our Facebook page for a free estimate or call us today, 631-7380. Step into clean with C&R Carpet Cleaning.
Grab a cup, fill it up, top it off, weigh it up. Here at Sweet Frog, you are in total control. Sweet Frog, where our secret ingredient is fun.
Welcome back, everyone. The popular retailer Shine, or is it Sheen? I don't know how to pronounce it. Well, it's taken down an ad that used the image of a murder suspect, Luigi Mangione, to model clothing. Experts say the photo appears to be AI-generated, part of a growing trend in advertising, and it's raising all sorts of questions. Here's ABC's Andrea Fuji.
This morning, accused healthcare CEO killer Luigi Mangione making headlines again, this time because his face was apparently being used to sell clothing. The popular Chinese retailer Shein says it's conducting an internal investigation after using the likeness of Mangione to model this $10 shirt. An expert in artificial intelligence says the photo appears to be Mangione's face on an AI-generated body.
It sort of looks like a claw hand where there's like an undifferentiated blob of fingers on one hand. You can't really see the separation there, so it looks pretty unnatural.
Shein says a third-party vendor is responsible and says it took the ad down immediately after recognizing Mangione, saying, "We have stringent standards and will take appropriate action against the vendor." It's just the latest controversy surrounding AI-generated images. J.Crew has been accused of using AI-generated models, the retailer saying we're always exploring new forms of creative expression. Experts questioning the ethics.
I worry broadly with AI that we're just stepping into this era where there's going to be this great reduction in trust across the board in every institution, and retail is no exception.
Will Smith was accused of using AI-generated crowds to exaggerate fan reactions during his comeback tour. But actress Reese Witherspoon with a different message, calling on women to embrace AI, telling Glamour magazine, it's so important that women are involved in AI because it will be the future in filmmaking. You can be sad and lament all you want, but the change is here. As for Luigi Mangione, he's pleaded not guilty to the murder of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson last year in New York. His attorneys have declined to comment on his image being used in that ad. Andrea Fuji, ABC News, New York.
All right, now we know it's Shein. I won't forget it. All right, the time now is 6:21. Let's get a full look at that weather forecast.
Alrighty, Craig, thank you very much. Areas of dense fog greeting us this morning, reducing visibility in many spots. This will be improving thanks to some sunshine that will be coming out throughout the morning period. As we move forward in time, high pressure keeping us nice and quiet. We'll have plenty of sunshine throughout the region, and the winds will be picking up too. And as we do move forward, this will be that area of low pressure and that cold front that will be moving in our direction as we head towards your Friday, which will be bringing us a little bit of precipitation coming up as we head towards the next few days or so. So Futurecast moving forward, we're getting the fog out of here throughout the morning period and for the afternoon. And then later on tonight, some more clouds and areas of dense fog. As we head towards your Friday, some rain showers expected. And then once we head towards Friday night, we dry out for a bit, just some clouds and more areas of dense fog expected. And then some of the fog may linger into early Saturday morning. Gusty winds will also be a thing as well for today, and that could reach up to 20 miles per hour at times. It does back off as we head towards tonight and the parts of Friday morning. Then for Friday itself, some of those gusty winds could reach up to 20 and perhaps even 25 miles per hour at times. Our average high temperature is 76 degrees. We'll be close to that today in the upper 70s, and then mid-70s for your Friday, and then low 80s for your Saturday, and then consistently in the low 70s Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and again coming up for your Wednesday. Your forecast coming up for today, upper 70s, mostly sunny and breezy, and that south wind roughly at about 15 miles per hour or so at times. Later on tonight, mostly cloudy with lows in the mid-50s, areas of dense fog again with that south wind backing off to about 5 to 10 miles per hour at times. And then for tomorrow, mid-70s, partly cloudy, some rain showers on the way, and that south wind roughly at about 15 miles per hour or so. And let's check out your extended forecast. Some showers and thunderstorms possible for your Saturday with highs in the low 80s. Some more rain showers for your Sunday with highs in the low 70s. And then Monday, a partly cloudy sky with highs also in the low 70s.
On the Road, broadcasting the news at 6, live from Eastport, is brought to you by Washington County Community College. Hands-on learning is in. Fall classes start September 3rd. Ray Plumbing and Heating is hiring a full-time experienced driver with our portable toilet department. Apply at our Ellsworth office or call John Levy Construction. John is an Eastport resident with more than a decade of providing quality services for the Port City and surrounding area. Loving where we live.
Roto-Rooter has served the greater Bangor area and beyond for 35 years, offering plumbing, hydrojetting, snaking, descaling, video inspection, and grease interceptor cleaning services. For all your residential and commercial clogs, call Roto-Rooter today, 990-1234.
And away go troubles down the drain. Roto-Rooter.
You know, we can go into a room and have absolutely nothing in there, nothing on the windows, no color, no character, no tone to a room.
That's, I think, where we're strongest, is being able to help someone envision what's going to go in that window.
And we leave, it's totally transformed into something that the customer wants it to be. We've often been told we make a room look better just by leaving it.
Would you or your organization like to stay informed about current full-time job openings at ABC7 and Fox 22? Email us at tv7jobs@wvii.com or write to us at 371 Target Industrial Circle, Bangor, Maine 04401, and we'll gladly add you to our list. ABC7 and Fox 22 are proud to be equal opportunity employers.
You're watching ABC7 Bangor.
Welcome back, everyone. Joining us now with a look at news topping headlines around the nation is our Janessa Bishop. Good morning, Janessa.
Good morning, Craig. Thank you. At least 15 people were killed and many were injured when a streetcar derailed in Portugal. It appeared to be a safety cable on the electric streetcar broke, causing the car to derail in the nation's capital of Lisbon. In addition to those killed, another 23 people are injured, including a 3-year-old child. The streetcars have become a landmark in Lisbon. Witnesses say the one that crashed was spotted careening down a hill out of control before it derailed. The mayor of Lisbon has declared a 3-day period of mourning. A group of thunderstorms has rolled across Northern California, sparking a number of wildfires. Nearly 24 blazes ignited following the storms Tuesday night and have burned more than 13,000 acres. Among the areas hardest hit is the remote village of Chinese Camp, where immigrants settled during the gold mining boom of the mid-19th century. Dozens of homes have been destroyed there and thousands have been forced to evacuate. Hundreds of firefighters are now working to contain the fires. This morning, Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is expected to testify before a congressional committee. It comes as Florida moves to eliminate all childhood vaccine mandates in state. Now, some medical experts are pushing back, warning that Florida is just the start. ABC's Nicole D'Antonio is in Washington with the details.
This morning, Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. set to testify on Capitol Hill amid turmoil at the CDC and backlash to his vaccine policy. The moves have prompted major medical groups and more than 1,000 current and former employees across the Department of Health and Human Services to call on Kennedy to resign. The group of employees saying, "Our country needs a leadership that will promote open, honest dialogue, not disregard decades of life-saving science, spread misinformation, reverse medical progress, and decimate programs that kept us safe." Kennedy defending the direction he has taken the public health agency, saying he's working to restore public trust. Today's hearing comes a day after Florida became the first state to eliminate vaccine mandates, a major shift that health experts are calling dangerous. The state's Surgeon General explaining why.
Who am I as a man standing here now to tell you what you should put in your body?
But many health experts are warning this could put other children in schools at risk. Dr. Richard Besser, former acting director of the CDC and former ABC chief medical correspondent, saying, as a pediatrician and as a parent, it's absolutely frightening. The idea that children could go to school and be unvaccinated. That puts them at risk and others around them who may have underlying medical conditions. As kids head back to school, strong reaction among parents.
It should be the parents' choice whether they're vaccinated.
Very concerning. I would be concerned with other children who aren't vaccinated, and maybe possibly making my child sick.
It comes as multiple reports say HHS Secretary Kennedy has chosen 7 new members to join the agency's panel of vaccine experts. That's the panel that decides what vaccines insurance companies and Medicaid are required to cover. The New York Times reports at least 3 of the new members have been critical of vaccines or vaccine mandates. Some Democratic-led states are taking matters into their own hands. California, Oregon, and Washington are teaming up to form their own healthcare alliance to protect vaccines. Nicole D'Antonio, ABC News, Washington.
Fighting crime has been in the news as President Trump considers sending the National Guard into Chicago and New Orleans. But some experts say it's drones that could be the game changer when it comes to fighting street crime. ABC's Morgan Norwood has the details.
Law enforcement agencies are increasingly turning to drones to fight crime. And now, an artificial intelligence startup known as Flock Safety is making a bold claim. It says its drones could eradicate almost all crime in America in less than a decade.
We think with technology, with people, with policy, crime can be a thing of the past.
Many police departments already use the company's network of 80,000 cameras, providing license plate information and video surveillance. Flock Safety estimating its cameras help solve 1 million crimes per year. But now the company is taking its technology to the skies. This promotional video showing what the drones can do when a person's car is stolen.
Launching drone. Police have been dispatched because I have visual on the suspect vehicle. Direction of travel southbound on Elm Street.
Police, let me see your hands.
They are a huge step up for law enforcement as far as following vehicles, being able to keep track of individuals in particular communities, and gathering intelligence quickly.
But critics raising privacy concerns, accusing Flock Safety of trying to place the whole country under surveillance.
If you get into a situation where you can overhear conversations that are inside a building, unless you have a warrant, you're now capturing a conversation that's not authorized.
Flock Safety's CEO telling Forbes he believes it's possible to have a crime-free city without threatening people's civil liberties.
I'm going to build technology that I think will help communities solve crime. I think if we're successful as a company, America is a better place to live in the next 10 years.
Morgan Norwood, ABC News, New York.
Boy, it's so very interesting, but as a sign of our quickly changing world, a lot of it's kind of scary. I mean, they're talking about using drones and AI here to just keep track, not so much keep track of citizens, but just movements in the area. And they're considering that up in Old Town now. So. Yeah, we'll have to wait and see what happens. Yeah, very interesting, but a little spooky too. All right, well, coming up on the second half of the newscast, it looks like Superman is getting a super sequel with a release date already set for 2027. When we return, we'll have the rest of what's new in Hollywood.
This and much more as Good Morning Maine continues.
Keep your feet on the ground, they said. So many people have told you you can't. They say you don't listen. So you don't listen to them. You rise to your moment. It feels like every idea is crystal clear. It feels like every line, every angle is perfect. It feels like you are at the top of your game with high-speed, reliable, no-stress Fidium fiber internet.
It feels like Fidium.
Hi folks, Joe Namath here. Did you know that I wear hearing aids? I was wearing those expensive hearing aids for years, and I didn't know any better until a good friend of mine told me about MD Hearing. I thought the price was too good to be true, but I bought a pair anyway. No doctor visit, no prescription, no hassle. It was easy. When they showed up, I called and spoke to Sandy, one of their audiologists, to make sure the hearing aids fit and work the way I need it. And they do that for everyone, not just me.
Call now and get 2 rechargeable Neo hearing aids for just $297 with a free portable charging case and free shipping. The rechargeable Neo is nearly invisible with its tiny in-the-ear canal design. And you can get 2 rechargeable Neo hearing aids with a 45-day risk-free trial, free shipping, and free lifetime U.S.-based support for only $297.
I started hearing things I haven't heard in a long time. I didn't realize how bad my hearing was until I got the hearing aids.
I've never had a better pair of hearing aids. I wear them all the time, and I'm even wearing them now. Call my friends at MD Hearing and get my favorite over-the-counter hearing aids for you.
Call now and get 2 rechargeable Neo hearing aids for just $297 with a free portable charging case and free shipping.
Call 800-604-1487. 800-604-1487. You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
Welcome back, everyone. Today is Thursday, September 4th, 2025, and it is also National Wildlife Day.
This holiday is an opportunity for everyone to take a step back, take a deep breath, and think about all that surrounds us. It can be inspiring to think about all of the preservation and conservation efforts that work to improve our natural world. This day was named in honor of the late conservationist Steve Irwin, with hope it would inspire others to protect nature and the animals that live there.
He spent his life trying to educate people about that kind of thing, and you know, it's something we can all aspire to.
His kids have, you know, taken his role in that as well, which is pretty cool to see.
Yeah, was it Bindi and I don't know the other
Robert.
one? Robert,
yeah.
They grabbed the torch and carrying it on. The crocodile hunter. All right, it's time for history. It was on this date back in 1781 that Los Angeles was founded by Spanish settlers. In 1893, Beatrix Potter wrote her first story about Peter Rabbit in a letter to a sick boy. She wrote the entertaining stories to keep him in good spirits, but of course they went on to become a big hit among readers. In 1888, inventor George Eastman received a patent for the Kodak camera, which revolutionized photography. The easy-to-use cameras transformed the field from a specialized profession into a popular and widely adopted pastime. People could get their own cameras. They were all in a little thing where you can get the little film canister, put it in there, and then suddenly everybody's a photographer.
That's so cool.
So it's kind of neat.
Yeah.
And in 1951, President Harry S. Truman delivered a speech in San Francisco, which became the very first television program to be broadcast from coast to coast.
And in 1957, Ford introduced a new car, the Edsel, which was named after his son. It would become a commercial failure. Also in 1957, the governor of Arkansas called on the National Guard to prevent 9 African-American students from entering a high school in Little Rock. The armed troops and angry crowd of whites surrounded the school, causing the frightened teenagers to flee soon after arriving. The conflict would set the stage for the first major test of the Supreme Court decision that segregation in educational facilities is unconstitutional. Federal troops were on hand later in the month to make sure that the Little Rock 9 got to school safely. And in 1972, U.S. swimmer Mark Spitz became the first to win 7 medals in a single Olympic Games. Also in 1972, The Price is Right debuted on CBS and would become the longest-running game show in U.S. history. And in 2018, Amazon became the second company in the world to be worth over $1 trillion. It came just after a few weeks after Apple reached the same value.
$1 trillion, just kind of hard to imagine.
It is.
All right, for birthdays today, they include pop star Beyonce, who is 44 years old today. Actor Wes Bentley from Yellowstone turns 47, and World Golf Hall of Famer Tom Watson is 76 today. Happy birthday to them, and to you also if your birthday is today. All right, it's time to shift gears. We're going to talk about the weather. It looks like another beautiful day today.
It does.
And maybe a little rain as we head through tomorrow into the weekend. But again, we really could use the wet out there. Here's Devin with the details.
Hey, Craig, thank you very much. On this Thursday, we are watching some areas of dense fog that has developed this morning. Not enough to prompt any advisories, but visibility may be reduced for a while today. So keep that in mind as you do make that morning commute. This will go away thanks to some sunshine that will be coming out later on. But as we do move forward, it's a nice, quiet morning thanks to high pressure. Today's our last day with high pressure as a cold front will soon be approaching from the west. Let's zoom things out. This is that cold front that is located off toward the west, and I will be moving in our direction later on, and this will bring some precipitation and colder temperatures in our direction later on. So futurecast moving forward. The fog will be going away. A nice day on the way. Later on tonight, we'll have some clouds and some more dense fog moving in, and there's the precipitation off toward our west that will be moving in as we head towards your Friday. Some gusty winds also expected today that could reach up to 20 miles per hour at times. It will back off later on tonight, and then for tomorrow, more gusty winds will be expected. So for today, all right, upper 70s, mostly sunny and breezy, and that south wind gusting up to about 15 miles per hour or so at times. Your hourly forecast for this morning and for the afternoon showing a lot of sunshine with temperatures in the 70s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Craig?
Thank you, Devin.
For the latest on what's happening in Hollywood,
here's ABC's Jacqueline Lee.
Hey, buddy, eyes up here.
Superman is getting a super sequel. James Gunn, the creative head of the DC universe of movies, now says Superman, Man of Tomorrow, will swoop into theaters July 9th, 2027. David Corenswet is set to reprise his role as the Man of Steel. This summer's Superman movie raked in more than $600 million at the box office when it hit theaters in July.
We don't solve anything in this family with words. We do it with deeds. Most of them dirty.
The hit Netflix series Wednesday has dropped its second batch of episodes for season 2, and with them comes a new song from Lady Gaga. The pop star says she wrote the Dead Dance specifically for the show. Lady Gaga also makes a cameo appearance in episode 6 of Wednesday season 2. Radiohead is going on tour for the first time in years. The band has announced a new run of 20 shows set to kick off this November in Spain. The last time Radiohead played a live show was all the way back in 2018 in Philadelphia. And happy birthday to Queen Bee herself. Beyonce turns 44 today. And that's what's happening in Hollywood. Jacqueline Lee, ABC News, Los Angeles.
Still here to come this morning, Jack Webb with sports.
Don't go away.
Howdy, I'm George Whelan with Down East Direct Cremation, and this is our crew, the Apple Hill Stables Gang, and we are here to welcome you to the officially PRCA-sanctioned Apple Hill Stable Rodeo. There will be saddle and bareback riding. Barrel racing and bull riding. Calf roping and more. That's the Apple Hill Stables PRCA Rodeo. Y'all come on down now, you hear? The 7th Annual Charity Rodeo, September 5th, 6th, and 7th. All proceeds go to the Shriners Hospital and Make-A-Wish of Maine. This event is sold out in past years, so get your tickets now online at applehillstablesllc.com.
Join us every Friday this season as we celebrate the return to the gridiron with the most highlights, reactions, and analysis of your favorite teams. Catch Sports Blitz Friday at 11 on ABC 7. Sports Blitz is brought to you by Coastal Auto Parts, your local Napa Auto Parts dealer with 30 locations, owned and operated by a Maine family that cares. And by Dorsey Furniture, Route 1A Holden, where you'll find furniture that's in stock and ready for delivery.
Hey, Maine, think you're wicked smart? Well, put your knowledge to the test with me, Ken Jennings, on Jeopardy! Weeknights at 7:30 on ABC 7.
Welcome back in, folks. Maine high school fall sports kick off their regular seasons this week, and the Penobscot Valley girls soccer team is ready to defend their state title. After beating the Bucksfield Bucks in a close matchup in last year's state game, the Howlers are looking to reach their 4th straight state title game appearance this season, but will have to do so without the help of their star senior class from one season ago. Howlers head coach Jeremy DeRost says despite losing the talent that helped bring Penobscot Valley that title, he remains confident that this year's squad can live up to the same expectations.
A lot of our core players have been doing this for 4 years, and they know how to win. And we use a saying a lot: iron sharpens iron. You talk about replacing players. Those younger players who are waiting, in previous years, trying to get their opportunities and getting their reps and going up against, all-star players throughout practice. It's elevating their game as well. So they're ready to step in and play their role once those seniors graduate.
Making a run at a 2nd straight state title will not be easy for the Howlers, but DeRost and senior striker Riley Moulton say that through practice and hard work, this team will be ready.
It starts with hard work, all right, and buy-in as well. Sometimes when you win, there's some complacency, and it almost expects that it's going to happen. We need to realize that what it took to get those 2 state championships and what it's going to take to get a 3rd one, because nothing's going to be handed to us.
We all would like to be here and would like to continue our success because we've all grown up playing with each other and getting success at all levels, middle school, etc. So just coming to practice, wanting to be here and executing in games and just playing with each other.
Good luck to those Howlers. The Red Sox picked up a big 11-7 win over the Guardians on Tuesday night, showing what they can do with offense, not just defense, but unfortunately that wasn't the news of the night. What should be a feeling of joy after the Red Sox come back in front of a sold-out and rowdy Fenway Park was spoiled and met with feelings of uncertainty after it was reported that Roman Anthony suffered an oblique injury, which was confirmed by an MRI on Wednesday afternoon. The Red Sox have placed Anthony on a 10-game injured list, but Wednesday, Alex Cora announced he is expected to miss 4 to 6 weeks with the injury. Here was Roman after the game on Tuesday.
Felt it today on the check swing. The pitch before, I swung and missed for a strikeout, and yeah, just pretty sudden. This is definitely worse in terms of the way it feels, but you know, that's right now, and I'll just again have to reevaluate where I'm at tomorrow and you know, see where we are when the MRI comes back. I wish I knew. I haven't dealt with something like this before, so I'd be lying if I said I knew, but again, you know, we'll know in the morning, I'm sure. I've been feeling great and just took a check swing and felt it there and knew something wasn't right.
No Anthony, but the Red Sox looking to complete the sweep of the Guardians on Wednesday night. Bullpen game for the Sox. We pick it up in the first, whereas Jose Ramirez, who chops at 1 to record the sacrifice ground out and put Cleveland up 1-0. In the second now, Jordan Hicks on the mound, and Gabriel Arias takes him deep over the monster to make it a 3-0 game as Hicks continues to struggle, but they weren't done in the second. Now it's Stephen Kwan with the base knock to make it 4-0 Guardians. They would take a 6-0 lead. Fourth inning now. Sox looking to spark something as Nick Sogard slaps a high breaking ball but puts it in the gap to score Ref Snyder. But that's all the Sox would get out of the inning. In the eighth now, C.J. Kayfus lines out to left, which scores a run, and that score would stand. Cleveland avoids the sweep with an 8-1 win. The New England Patriots were preparing to open the season against the Raiders on Sunday. Similar to the Pats, the Las Vegas franchise is in a transitional period as former Seahawks head coach Pete Carroll was hired this offseason, and they signed Geno Smith to be their starting quarterback, along with drafting Heisman runner-up Ashton Genty back in April at the running back position. But their strengths on the defensive side of the ball, headlined by star pass rusher Max Crosby and Drake May, knows he has to be aware of his position at all times.
They're good at what they do. I think you're going to know. They're going to bring it every play, and I think for us, we just got to stay ahead of the chains and try to do our best to get off to a good start, and then like I said, just follow our keys and know 98. He's a great player in this league, plays hard, plays a lot of effort, and they got a veteran, a couple veteran safeties, so who's made some plays and good ball skills. So we got to be on our game. It's good to be out there in week one, starting at home. So I'm excited and looking forward to it.
Cannot wait to see what this Patriots team has in store for us on Sunday. That's all the time we have for sports.
Winniport Sheds now offers home kits ranging in size up to 2,300 square feet. Our homes are built with 2x6 studs and can be fully customized with options for siding, windows, doors, and floor plans. Best of all, they are energy efficient and affordable. Our home kits typically cost 30 to 50% less than conventional construction homes. Only at Winniport Sheds. Give us a call today, 990-2525.
When I would visit my mother at the nursing home, there were really bad sores on her back, but nobody would tell me what was going on. Why not?
If an incident has occurred at a nursing home that's brought up cause for concern, call the 2s right now.
The attorneys at Lowry Law helped me get answers. They held the nursing home accountable for what happened to my mother.
If you suspect nursing home abuse or neglect, we're your go-to lawyers.
Get ready for more live harness racing action as Bangor Raceway opens its doors on Wednesday, September the 3rd at 3 p.m. Bangor also races on Saturday and Sunday, September 6th and 7th, with a 12:10 post time and plenty of Sire Stakes action. See world-class drivers and horses compete for top purse money. Catch the fever of harness racing, and remember, every 20 minutes, the place goes crazy. We'll see you at the wire.
After there was no Powerball winner on Labor Day, the Powerball jackpot for Wednesday's draw soared to an estimated $1.4 billion. But what should you do if you beat the odds and win? Our Grace Blanchard spoke with local experts to find out.
Who wants to be a billionaire? The Powerball jackpot has swelled to a staggering $1.4 billion. Despite the odds of winning being 1 in 300 million, many are still lining up for a chance to win big.
Deuce Deuce, gonna win from Texas.
I'm gonna buy a new car, but I'm not holding my breath, so.
If you do find yourself holding a winning ticket, what should you do to ensure success?
Number one is safekeeping of capital, and number two is tax management.
According to University of Maine finance professor Pankaj Agrawal, the majority of Powerball winners take the prize as a lump sum as opposed to annual payments.
If you actually look at people who have suddenly benefited from a large windfall, quite often it actually does not have a good ending.
That's because while winning comes with a lot of excitement, psychologists say it could also be very disruptive.
You have a lot of people who suddenly want to contact you and reach out to you, and it can be kind of overwhelming.
Clinical psychologist David Prescott says even though the odds are stacked against people, it's the prospect of instant wealth that draws them in.
The reward from it is actually from the imagination of what you would do, all those questions. And we find that's actually extremely rewarding to people.
Financial experts say if you do beat the odds, it's important to assemble a team of financial advisors and take care of debt before spreading the wealth. In Bangor, Grace Blanchard, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Some good advice there. And by the way, there were no winning numbers, no winning tickets in last night's drawing, not for the big jackpot anyway. That means the Saturday night drawing will be worth $1.7 billion. Better get those financial planners in order to plan ahead. Good luck, everybody. All right, now here's a final look at that forecast with Devin Biggs.
Alrighty, Craig, thank you very much. Areas of dense fog greeting us this morning, reducing visibility in many spots. This will be improving thanks to some sunshine that will be coming out throughout the morning period. As we move forward in time, high pressure keeping us nice and quiet. We'll have plenty of sunshine throughout the region, and the winds will be picking up too. And as we do move forward, this will be that area of low pressure and that cold front that will be moving in our direction as we head towards your Friday, which will be bringing us a little bit of precipitation coming up as we head towards the next few days or so. So futurecast moving forward, we're getting the fog out of here throughout the morning period and for the afternoon. And then later on tonight, some more clouds and areas of dense fog. As we head towards your Friday, some rain showers expected. And then once we head towards Friday night, we dry out for a bit, just some clouds and more areas of dense fog expected. And then some of the fog may linger into early Saturday morning. Gusty winds will also be a thing as well for today, and that could reach up to 20 miles per hour at times. It does back off as we head towards tonight and the parts of Friday morning. Then for Friday itself, some of those gusty winds could reach up to 20 and perhaps even 25 miles per hour at times. Our average high temperature is 76 degrees. We'll be close to that today in the upper 70s, and then mid-70s for your Friday, and then low 80s for your Saturday, and then consistently in the low 70s. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and again coming up for your Wednesday. Your forecast coming up for today, upper 70s, mostly sunny and breezy, and that south wind roughly at about 15 miles per hour or so at times. Later on tonight, mostly cloudy with lows in the mid-50s, areas of dense fog again with that south wind backing off to about 5 to 10 miles per hour at times. And then for tomorrow, mid-70s, partly cloudy, some rain showers on the way, and that south wind roughly at about 15 miles per hour or so. And let's check out your extended forecast. Some showers and thunderstorms possible for your Saturday with highs in the low 80s. Some more rain showers for your Sunday with highs in the low 70s. And then Monday, a partly cloudy sky with highs also in the low 70s.
building a new home or garage, or expanding your current living space, the Home Planning Center specialists at Hammond Lumber Company are here to help. Bring them your ideas and explore Hammond's digital library of stock drawings for more inspiration. Hammond's drafting department will provide a customized floor plan. Once you approve the design, you'll receive detailed plans and a complete materials list. And when you buy all your materials from them, Hammond will refund all your design fees. To get started, bring your vision to Hammond Lumber Company, your building project partner.
Wheel of Fortune Live, America's game show, comes to your hometown. In this thrilling live theatrical experience, contestants are randomly selected from the audience to solve puzzles and win big. Live at Cross Insurance Center, September 29th. Don't miss your chance to spin it to win it. Get tickets now at Ticketmaster.com. Don't miss Wheel of Fortune Live.
For years, thousands of Mainers were denied their full Social Security benefits, even though they earned them. They were firefighters, police, and teachers. Senator Susan Collins took up their fight, never gave up, and she won. Collins wrote the bipartisan bill to restore full Social Security benefits to public servants. Maine's police and firefighters praised Senator Collins' leadership and dedication. Teachers called it an historic win. Call, thank Senator Collins, and tell her to keep fighting and winning for Maine.
We form a bond stronger than blood. Because ours is a family that is forged in fire.
I live safe, kid.
It takes all types to play Family Feud. The way too honest girl.
You just met a guy who's a perfect physical specimen. He's probably what?
Stupid.
See who shows up all season on Family Feud.
On ABC 7.
The Nashville Zoo has added 2 new members to its population, 2 aardwolf pups. Aardwolves are one of 4 hyena species that are elusive and nocturnal and also native to southern and eastern Africa. Zoo officials say the brother and sister pair are 14 weeks old and were born in the Safari Wild Animal Park and Preserve in Como, Mississippi. The team there hand-reared the 2 pups after parental predation toward a 3rd pup. Officials say only a few aardwolves exist here in the United States, and those are 2 of them. Aren't they beautiful? Really neat coats there, too. Kind of neat. I've never heard of an aardwolf before. All right, well, that will do it for this hour. We will continue broadcasting on Fox 22 for the next few hours with all the day's latest news. But if you're heading out for the day, we do appreciate you joining us and hope you have a wonderful day.